If you have someone on your team that you're struggling to motivate, despite using lots of incentives and rewards, then today's episode of the Leaders Kitbag is for you. Hi there, I'm Morton. I'm a leadership mentor and performance coach, specialising in working with business professionals who are moving into more senior leadership roles and who are committed to being the very best leader that they can possibly be. Now, when we're trying to keep people motivated or motivate people at work, we often assume that everybody is motivated by achieving some form of goal and then getting a reward for it. It's the carrot from the carrot and stick metaphor. Now, that assumption is based on the belief that everybody has what's called a towards motivation. And it is, they are motivated by moving towards something, some sort of reward or goal that is going to make them feel good. But that's not the case. Not everybody in the world, not everybody who works for us has a towards motivation. And that is significant when we're trying to get the best out of those that we have the privilege and responsibility to lead. There are many people in the workplace who, like me, have what we call an away from motivation. They are more driven by what it is that they don't want, or they're more driven by not wanting to make a particular mistake or fail at something. Now, this is absolutely not about whether someone is an optimist or a pessimist. It's absolutely not about whether they have a positive or negative disposition. I have met a huge number of very optimistic people who also have an away from motivation. Now, when we start to get a sense of whether someone has a towards motivation or an away from motivation, we can start to shift our approach and language just a little bit in order to get the best from all of the individuals, from all of the humans that we lead and manage. There's an incredible experiment that was done on this in Germany where they took soccer players and they understood their motivation. To the towards motivated people, they said, you're going to take 5 penalty kicks. Your goal is to score 3 out of 5. When they did that, those strikers generally scored 3 out of 5. Then, to the individuals with an away motivation, they said to them, you're going to take 5 penalty kicks. Your goal is to not miss more than 2. Those people generally scored 3 out of 5 goals. Then they flipped it. To those with a towards motivation, they said, you're going to take 5 penalty kicks. Your goal is to not miss more than 2. And generally, they missed more than 2. So you can now see the very real application of understanding somebody's motivational mindset. So how do you do it? Well, when you know or have got some idea of the motivational mindset of those that you lead and manage, you can shift your approach ever so slightly. And you'll work out somebody's motivational mindset by just seeing how they respond to goals and objectives set or tasks delegated in a certain way. For the towards motivated people, they normally perform well and respond well to some sort of goal or target to hit. They like to be able to track and see their progress, so feedback is key. They like to know and understand the milestones that will get them towards the goal or the reward. And they need to know and have a sense that, yes, they are succeeding. For the away from people, they tend to respond well when they understand the consequences of failing or not doing the task. They work best when they have clear deadlines about when things have to be done by, because they won't want to miss those deadlines. Away from people also respond well to understanding the common mistakes to avoid rather than the ideal goal or solution to work to. And finally, away from people also respond very well to rules and guidelines. Why? Because they won't want to break them. That's it for this episode of the Leader's Kitbag. As always, I hope it's been useful. Look after yourself. Look after those you've got the privilege and responsibility to lead. And until next time, folks, lead on.